We're getting closer. Top and bottom talk. This is Brook. This is another music edition. We're doing, this is listening party edition. I'll just keep saying edition after every word. It makes it special. Special edition. Yeah, we're going to go with 1991. I was going to say this year, but we're going to go with 1991. Today is the greatest day of... Are we there? No. That would have been so good. But it's not, because it isn't. So, yeah, we're going to do 1991. Again, we're ramping up. These are the ramping up stages. So 1990 was a little like, meh. 91 has some heavy hitters. We're top heavy, I'll say. But still, like, again, part of this is my age. So I was 9 at this point. And I was not listening to music. Maybe a little Kids Bop. That wasn't even a thing back then. I don't know. Whatever adults were listening to is what I was listening to. So, and I do have... Maybe I'll just do this every time. I'm going to miss some, you know. I'm just... Guys, you look for, top albums in 1991. I don't want to look at every album. I'll look at maybe some of the best-selling, but that's not always representative. So then I'll look at the highest rated, and you're just going to miss some, and that's fine. Anyway, that's enough. What's the word? I should mention, hey, I took a nap, so I should be feeling great. I also ate a lot of protein. I say a lot. I ate 2.5 protein cookies. 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. I'm thinking about that other half. Maybe I should have eaten it, but anyway. Okay. So the format is my top 15 albums. Then we're going to go through the categories. And then we kiss each other goodnight. Maybe you invite... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, people don't live in apartments anymore. I mean, I guess they do. Where I grew up, we didn't have apartments, so watching Seinfeld was so crazy to me. We do have apartments in Sarasota, but I don't think it's the same. Nobody really walks around on the street unless it's downtown Sarasota. Who is this for? Who's benefiting from this information? These are things I should ask myself before I just start blabbering away. All right, let's get to it. Number 15. We're going to limp in with number 15. So the artist is This Mortal Coil. The album is Blood. Ew. Gross. And my favorite songs from the album, which I don't really have any, but I've got a couple of these on my WorkSafe. I call it WorkSafe, but my WorkSafe mix that I listen to at work. And you know what? This album's not bad. It was one of those, it's like, I've always sort of heard about them, but I've never really given them the time of day. Sounds like the hot girl in high school or whatever. He seems interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go date the college... why did I say college? The quarterback. Maybe it is a college quarterback. Who knows? Okay, Brooke... Be funny. Don't just say random things. Be funny. Be edgy. I'm not really feeling funny or edgy, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe, like 1991, this will start to ramp up. And, we're in the early stages. Oh, my God. I'm spending way too much time on number 15. I don't really... If you told me, hey, have you ever heard With Tomorrow by This Mortal Coil? I would say, get away, nerd. I probably would say that, actually. I don't know any of these songs. There is a song called You and Your Sister, which sounds freaky. Yeah, I don't know any of these songs by name. Let's skip to number 14. Number 14 is band is Sebadoh. I said artist the first time. We're going to say band this time, because it is a band. It's a band of people. Band is Sebadoh. Album is 3. Is that right? Unless it's LLL, Sebadoh, or it could be ill. Sebadoh 3 album? Yeah, well, unclear. There's really only one song that I dig from this album, so It tells you a little bit about 1981, just not loving it. Yeah, the song is called The Freed Pig. It's track 1, and then after that you can probably just say sayonara. I assume that means goodbye. But a great song. I think it's about, what is it about? The Freed Pig. It's about relationships in some way. Should I look up the lyrics? Would that be taboo? Would it make sense? Would it? I'm just filling time while I look up the lyrics. Yeah, it's an oh, never mind. Wow. This is funny. An attack by Barlow. Oh, it's maybe not it is a relationship, but it was about his ex-bandmate, Jay Mascis, who ended up forming his own band, Dinosaur Jr., I believe. I think. It's pretty... Sebadoh is very good. I don't know if I've said this before about them, or maybe a different band, but they are very good at, like, tapping the vein of just truth. Like, it's one of those, like, the shortest distance between two lines is a straight line or something like that. But they have a way of just saying the most honest, brutal things, and he does it in here. I won't go through all the lyrics, but it's pretty straightforward. They did not leave on good terms. All right, number 13. Apparently me and number 14 did not leave on good terms. Number 13 is Smashing Pumpkins. The album is Gish. Favorite songs, I Am One, Siva, and then Rhinoceros. Those are all good songs. I've never really spent a ton of time with this album. I should add this to... I think I will add it to a later category. As you'll find out on the 95 pod. By the way, 94 and 95 and just probably going forward, those pods are going to be nutso. I had to make some tweaks to my categories on those because just so much good music. This one has a lot of big ones, but I don't know, just not things that I like listen to a ton. Mainly because it sounds, I don't want to say it sounds dated. It was just 91 was when Nirvana broke out, and it was just the beginning of a whole change in music, and all these independent bands started coming up, and the whole party just got a little freaky after 91. It took a little while, because I think 92, I was looking at my list, 92, we're starting to get there. We're getting there. And then 93, like I look at my list, and my roster of albums just keeps getting longer. 93's, we're definitely like seeing it, and then 94, I would say, is when it explodes. I can't wait to do that pod. It's going to be so much fun. So many fun, so many smiles. Okay, number 12 is My Bloody Valentine. Oh, Smashing Pumpkins. Anything to say about the album itself, or Sebadoh, or this Mortal Coil? Okay, this Mortal Coil, it's very like moody, but chill. It's like a chill, moody, like. Sebadoh is a lot of angsty, kind of indie rock, is how I would describe them. I don't think I love this album. What else is on this album? Let's see. Let me just make sure I don't love this album. I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah, it's just a little too... it's kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine, John, at the gym this morning. He was listening to Babyface, and I commented on... He was sitting on the ab machine, and he was doing a little moving and grooving. I'm like, whoa, man. Family gym. And I asked him what he was listening to, and he said Babyface, and I immediately told him, not a fan. Then we got to talking about R&B and what I like and what he likes, and I ended up saying, like, I don't really like the produced stuff. When it just sounds too clean, too much of a finished product. I like a little dirt in my R&B, and I like some chunks. And no, he likes a smooth R&B. So, anywho, different strokes, different folksies. So yeah, the whole Sebado thing, it's just kind of like almost harsh sounding. I know I said this about something in 1990, but I don't want to go back. Okay, Smashing Pumpkins. If you don't know them, that's on you. This is their early days, so it's probably a little heavier. Let's see, heavier, because Melancholy gets a little heavy. They all kind of get a little heavy. It's not as punk. It's more metal, I guess, than anything. It's also not as good. All right. Number 12 is album. Artist is My Bloody Valentine. Artist is Loveless. Favorite songs, Only Shallow and When You Sleep. This is one that is just, I've never quite gotten the hang of this album. I listen to it and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like it's known for being, I've heard it's like the best guitar album of all time. A lot of critics will say that. It's fine. It's fine. I guess I'm not a musician. I shouldn't guess. I know I'm not a musician. But this one is just, if you're a guitar person, then give it a whirl. And it's fine. Like the vocals are kind of sweet and background, but it's a lot of upfront guitars, but it's a different way of guitar. It's not like it's just like an assault of, how are they described as? How are they described? My Bloody... It just starts, it's like a different, you've never heard a guitar like this, I guess, is what makes it interesting. They're an Irish-English rock band. Their work is characterized by distorted guitar textures, subdued androgynous vocals, and unorthodox production techniques. Basically what I said. So it's good. I just can only listen to so much of it. So it's kind of cool. Definitely would be good in movies. Did I do that? Come on, bro. I gotcha. Okay. Love the live updates. Number 11. I'm probably going to get some crap about this. That's okay. I have thick skin and a lot of toilet paper. It's hurricane season, guys. Don't get caught with your pants down. Hey, that made sense. Pun alert. Number 11 is Metallica self-titled album, aka the Black Album. Favorite songs: Enter Sandman, Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Nothing Else Matters. I've never probably listened to this album all the way through. I just know it from, I had to play Enter Sandman when I was what is that called? I thought there was going to be more to it. I was an announcer at a girls' soccer game, and I was in charge of playing the music, which, by the way, I didn't end up playing. I played their music first, and then they were like, yeah, just play whatever you want, because I couldn't find any of their songs. And so I played the Walkman at halftime, and I don't know, I didn't have any fans come up asking me for autographs or like, whoa, killer tunes, bro. So that was a little disappointing. But I don't think I messed up either. Anyway, Enter Sandman, that's, all these songs are pretty epic songs. They were just in Tampa recently. I don't know. It just doesn't speak to me. It reminds me of Beavis and Butthead, which I love the cartoon. But it's just, there's something about it. It's like if somebody said, do you want... Like, for my last meal, I don't want mashed potatoes and a steak. You know what? It feels like it's been chosen for me to listen to. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you're a white guy that likes rock music? You must love Metallica. And I just don't. It's fine, but, as you'll find out, I like other things. Anyway, I like the Underdog. I like the Overdog. That's enough dog jokes. Number 10 is A Tribe Called Quest. Album is The Low End Theory. Favorite songs: Excursions, Check the Rhyme, What, and Scenario. This album again, and I'm going to apologize because it probably should be higher. Blah, blah, blah. I think What has some of the best lyrics that I've seen in a hip-hop song. This is kind of I'm probably way off on this, but I'm going to say it's like when kind of indie hip-hop broke out. Because I do enjoy this album a lot, but it's still got a tiny bit of the and it's just not my style. So I shouldn't say this. I do enjoy this album, but it's not. This is another one of those like all-time classics. It's just a little old, a little dated for me. So sorry, not sorry. Number 9, artist is Talk Talk. The album is Laughing Stock, and I should definitely. Oh, I did. And favorite song I put After the Flood, but it's the entire album. This one I slept on for a long time, and I remember kind of hearing about like Talk Talk is actually very good, and I only know Talk Talk from. I don't even know if it's their song, but all I want to do is talk, talk, and I was like, sounds like just 80s band, one hit wonder, yada yada, and that is not them. I mean, that might be them, but that song might be them, but the band itself it's really kind of, I don't want to call it complex music, but they're like 7-minute songs and just kind of a lot of emotion, soundscapes. That sounds good. A lot of soundscapes. You'd have to listen to it to understand. I would highly recommend this. Actually, maybe, you know what? Speaking of pushing albums, Talk Talk. Surprisingly good. I would say, I don't even know if you like this, listen to that. It's a really chill album. Is anyone here chill and they're like, tell me more? So, probably not. Let's just move up to, this is where it starts to get heavy. Do you want to get heavy? Number 8 is Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Big fan of this album. Anthony Kiedis dating somebody that's could be his granddaughter. Don't love it. And oddly enough, the one of my favorite songs on this album, Breaking the Girl, Suck My Kiss, I Could Have Lied, Give It Away, and Under the Bridge. If you haven't heard Under the Bridge, does anyone know where I'm going with this? You must be living under a bridge. This album, I knew it from, let's see, it had the big singles. I think I mainly just listed the singles. Breaking the Girl is a beautiful song. Give It Away is the, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Under the Bridge is, is that right? I think, that's right. I Could Have Lied is a really pretty song as well. It's just, funky. Red Hot Chili Peppers got, what? Here's what happens. This is how my mind works. Unfortunately, I shouldn't say I really like them, but I like them. They had some other albums earlier. The one after this, I believe, was One Hot Minute, which I enjoyed. Then after that, it might have been the one that went nuts, Californication. And that album was really good, and then they played that mother effer into the ground, and then I just kept, all I could hear about was how great this band is, and I'm like, guys, they're good, let's chill on the great, and it kind of made me just a little bit sick of them, so sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sorry. It's just the hype got out of control, and it was like they can do no wrong. And Anthony Kiedis was like, bet. Anyway, that was for the young listeners out there. But I love the album. It's great. Number 7 is U2. Album is Achtung Baby. And this has a ton of singles. It also has my wedding song, which is Ultraviolet. If you want to, pretend like you were at the wedding, listen to Ultraviolet. I picked it out. It's Pam's favorite band. And that song, after there's a certain part, there's a minute interlude of and then it just starts, dun 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 dun, and it's a really good wedding song. Not that anyone should take it. Favorite songs here, Even Better Than the Real Thing, One, which is just an all-timer, Until the End of the World, Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses, Mysterious Ways, Acrobat. Awesome band, awesome album. Pam was responsible for me getting back into U2. I'd also kind of soured on them after that whole Apple thing where their album showed up on your phone. And, you know, the punk rocker in me was just like, I don't know. It felt very intrusive, and it was kind of a cool thing to do, but still, it felt intrusive, and I immediately was just like, screw these guys. And I missed out on some good stuff. So then after Pam and I started dating, I started listening to more of their newer stuff, and I'm like, hey, what do you know? There's some good albums there. All right, number 6 is Primal Scream, is the artist, and the album is Screamadelica. Favorite songs, Moving On Up, Slip Inside This House, Higher Than the Sun, Come Together, Loaded, I'm Coming Down. This album, it was between this and Exterminator, and I ended up putting Exterminator on my top 100 list, and part of me was like, did you do the right thing? Kept me up many nights, and I'm still not sure if it was the right thing. Screamadelica is an absolute classic. I don't think it's their first, but maybe it is. I learned the lead, main guy in Primal Scream, his name is Bobby Gillespie. I had no idea he used to be the drummer for the Jesus and Mary Chain. Who knew? And yeah, like, if this is their debut album, this kind of turned, it's got some electronic to it. They kind of changed their sound. It's got like it's kind of like a modern classic. It's got, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like trippy. It's got like a 60s vibe mixed with, 90s instruments. It's just a very, very good, and I'm pretty sure, let me make sure I did. I did. Okay, good. Just an absolute great album, and I am. The way I'm talking about it, sometimes you just update. This is going to get in another category as well. Israel? Hey. Number 5. The artist is Slint. Album is Spiderland. And I think there's only 6 songs on this album. This is absolute catnip for me. So I still enjoy it, but I definitely went through what they call, what doctors refer to as a post-rock, I don't know, I don't want to say addiction, but I was just like, anything post-rock I will listen to. So I got into post-rock, and I realized I'll explain. Actually, I'm going to explain now. So post-rock is like, I refer to as classical music played with guitars, which is pretty accurate. Oftentimes instrumental, tend to be longer songs. There's a band called Godspeed You Black Emperor. They'll be mentioned, I think their album came out in like 2000-ish, and maybe late 90s. But Godspeed You Black Emperor is the one who got me into the post-rock scene, and then it was Mogwai, and there's a band called Tortoise that I don't really consider it post-rock, but whatever. And then Slint is one that kind of snuck in there early. And this album is, I listened to it. Now, unfortunately, it didn't work. I listened to it, this particular song, Donna Man, on my way to my basketball playoff game last week, thinking, normally I listen to a podcast, and I'm like, you know what, let me just get, like, locked in. And this song will lock you in, because it builds and builds and builds. And we lost. So, we lost. Did it go 3? I don't recall. But we lost, either way. But it's there's some spoken word. There's just the music really builds. And it just, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It would be great. Did I put it on? I love it when I do this. I love it when I think out loud. Oh, let's do it, guys. Let's effing do it. Slint. And I don't even know, did they have other albums? Let's find out. This is like the only one that I know about. I hate how I'm saying that. Oh, they do have other albums, but they kind of just stopped, I think, after this. They have 3 albums. I say, take it back, they did not stop. They have one from 89, one from 91, this one, and then an EP in 94, and then they just say, see you later. Interesting. But they are an amazing, this album is amazing. I've probably talked too much about it, but just an amazing album. I would highly encourage anyone who loves new things to try it out. Number 4 is Massive Attack. The album is Blue Lines. And favorite songs on here, Unfinished Sympathy, One Love. Honestly, the whole album is just start to finish a bit of a masterpiece. It's just very, very good. Sometimes has a little bit of like 80s to it, which I'm not a fan of that. Like an 80s feel, but for the most part. And their next album after this is one of my favorite of all time. So, Massive Attack, a British band, group, whatever. And they were one of the earlier groups to make trip hop. So one of my favorite genres, which I find out as I do these lists, I'm like, it's either Portishead or Portishead or whatever, but Portishead, Massive Attack, Tricky, just there's something about that music that I just find, I don't know, I like it every time. Moving on. Number 3, artist is R.E.M., album is Out of Time. And favorite songs on here, Losing My Religion, Low, Near Wild Heaven, Half World Away, Texarkana, Country Feedback, Me and Honey. You know what? I put Shiny Happy People. That is not one of my favorite songs. I don't like it. It's so annoying. But Losing My Religion is just an all-time great song. Half World Away and Country Feedback are also just all-time great songs. This is one that I avoided. Unfortunately, I avoided it for a while, and then there was a podcast about R.E.M. that I listened to that I love, and it got me to really visit their back catalog. And I started doing that, and I'm like, oh, that's why this album's so popular, because it's good. They've got, Losing My Religion, gigantic single. Shiny Happy People, unfortunately a popular single, but there are it's just an amazing album. It's got a couple probably stinkers on it, but otherwise, it's just an excellent all-time album. All right, now we just even ramp it up more. Am I selling that? Number 2 is Pearl Jam, album is 10. This is an apology to Joe if you're listening. I am so sorry. This should have been in my top 100. I don't know why. I don't know why I was being difficult, but it's an absolute classic. I've had to kind of revisit it. It's my explanation that I gave on the Top 100 pod for not including this was I've just heard, honestly, the way it starts is probably what gets me. So Once, I don't really love that song, and Even Flow, don't really love that song either. And then Alive, I've just kind of heard it just so many times. I've just heard it way too many times. And then after that, though, it's pretty undeniable. Why Go Black is just an all-time song. Jeremy, Oceans, Porch, Garden, Deep, Release, a lot of one-word songs. It's undeniable after that. So it's pretty rough criticism by me. Maybe that was just me being a little stickler. And I've just heard it so many times, but this is an all-time classic. All-time classic. And it'll be in some other categories as well. But you cannot go wrong. Just put the album on. And probably skip the first couple of songs. Alive is still a great song, but I don't know. I've heard it 5 billion times. So number 1 is, probably to nobody's surprise, Nirvana. Album is Nevermind. All those people wearing Nirvana shirts. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not going to go on that rant. I've done it once before. Favorite songs are basically everything. So Smells Like Teen Spirit is just like our national anthem. In Bloom, Come As You Are, Breed, Lithium, Polly, Territorial Pissings, Drain You, Lounge Act, On a Plane, Something in the Way. Honestly, like when I read these things off, it feels like a greatest hits. Part of that's because they only had, a small handful of albums. And then they had the Unplugged album, which kind of feels like a greatest hits. And so it's just, you're like, wow, they had all these songs on one album. It's like, yeah, it's just an amazing album. I wasn't really into music when this came out. I've said that a time or two. But for this to come out, it must have just been mind-blowing for anyone who was into music. I can't even imagine this. I think Pearl Jam came out like a week before, a week after. REM, like, what a year. Primal Scream. 91 was the beginning of something, and then 94 is when it just goes bananas. All right, that's it. That's not it for the pod. We're going to get to the categories. These go pretty quick because we're at 31 minutes. So we're going to run, take a time or two. Most listened, I don't know how I pick one, but it's either Nevermind, 10, Blood Sugar Sex Magik, Slint, or U2. I'm going to say it's probably Nevermind. Just because but I also I'll go a long time without listening to it, I used to. With, now that I listen to, like, Spotify and stuff, and then even before that, it was the iPod. I just tend to shuffle things up, and so just things pop up when they pop up. But back in the album listening days, it's just like, do I want to put on Nevermind? I don't know. I've heard it 1,000 times. All right. Audible Pump Award. I really chuckled at myself saying this last time I did this, and I'm not as in chuckly of a mood today. Maybe it's because I'm just, I got a vacay coming up. Very excited about. Going on a cruise. Don't ask me where. I don't know. Somewhere in the Caribbean. Anywho, Audible Pump Award goes to, this is oh, it is funny. This is good stuff to work out to. So either Nirvana, Nevermind, which I think most of those songs are on my workout list, or Pearl Jam would also be great to work out to. The Freak Off Award, sponsored by, what was Diddy's thing? I forget. He had like a vodka or something. Anyway, this is music to get your freak on. I put Massive Attack, Blue Lines, minus the 80s part. It's just gotta, like, you put trip hop on and it's gonna get freaky. Street Fighter, this is just if you're gonna fight someone in the street. No, just music that would make, sort of like in a movie, like what would be a good album to fight to? Put on Nirvana. We're gonna throw some blows. And no, I don't mean it in the freak off way. Run, Forest, Run. Again, Nirvana, Nevermind. Just kind of running the gauntlet. Just a lot, like, I like to run angry. Some people run to, like, a pop, I guess. They're like, I just put on Taylor Swift, and I close my eyes, and I just run, girl. Or, like, Beyonce, and I don't find that, sounds like torture. But I'm sure whatever I listen to sounds like torture to them. But yeah, Nirvana, it's pretty upbeat for the most part. And, yeah, I don't know. Something about it's like, it just gets in your veins and you gotta run. All right. Best dinner music. I put Talk Talk. Because it's ethereal. Oh my God. Did I just say that word in the correct context? Ethereal? Do you know how to spell it? Oh, ethereal. Damn it. Blame it on the lisp. Ethereal, extremely delicate and light in a way that seems too perfect for this world. Oh my gosh. Gotta put that in my vernacular. Yeah, it just sounds like you're having dinner. These pork loins are scrumptious. And then somebody says, do tell, what is this music you're playing. And you say, oh, Barbara dear, let's talk. I can't talk about... Anyway, I don't know. Stupid jokes. All right. Next category. Yeah, my jokes are falling flat today. I'm going to have to stay out of the public. Although I think I was pretty funny this morning at the gym. I was pretty funny. But I took a nap, and now I'm just like, maybe I'm funnier when I'm tired? Maybe. Am I having real conversations? Real conversations with real people. Except it's one dude talking to himself, looking back and forth, left and right, and left and right, and jazzercise, and squeeze your thighs, and that started to get pretty good. The next category is dance, mother freaker dance. I put Michael Jackson, Dangerous. Yeah. I had, at Pizza Hut, I had a breakout. I've had a couple breakouts in my life. So in high school, I worked at Pizza Hut and a little bit of college until I got fired, which I'll talk about one day, I'm sure. Somebody put on, I knew it was. His name was Michael. He put on Michael Jackson. I think I was washing dishes. No, he was washing dishes. He was both a good and bad dishwasher. He was quick, but he didn't do a good job. Anywho, hopefully nobody got sick. So, where was I going with this? Yeah, he put on Michael Jackson, and I caught the mother frickin' dancing bug, and I just started dancing my little butt off. And I think I was pretty good. I probably wasn't, but it felt good. And yeah, little inner freak came out that day, or that night. I want to say I gained people's respect, but probably not. I think they're more like, oh, he's weirder than I thought. All right. Party animal category. Primal Scream, Screamadelica. Not even close. Like I said on the last one, if there's drugs involved, and let's go back to those songs. We've got Higher Than the Sun, Come Together, Loaded, Higher Than the Sun. Wait, did I say that already? Am I high? Yeah, there's some song that even starts, it like references a party. It says, we're going to do what we want here. Wait, that sounds like Wu-Tang Clan. Damn it, now I got the Wu-Tang in my head. Oh well. Late night, early morning category. I put This Mortal Coil because it's very chill. I'm a very chill guy. You'll find that out if you get to know me. If you answer these 3 questions. All right, Long Drive with Nothing to Think About award goes to Pearl Jam 10. Why? Because if you do Nirvana, it's going to get awkward. I've done it. It's just a different kind of singing. You're shredding your vocal cords, and you're just maybe revealing too much. Now, if you do acoustic, sure, but this is not acoustic. You go Pearl Jam, everyone can do the Oh, Jeremy spoken. Next category, Slow Motion Walker. This is, again, like a cinematic. I must have a cinematic mind. But you can see these songs, like the people are walking in slow motion at some point in the movie. Metallica, definitely. Enter Sandman would be amazing for that. Just walking in slow motion. I also put My Bloody Valentine because the wall of sound. That's how I'll describe it. Although I think that's a sort of a Pixie song. That's Planet of Sound. And then Slint. Just because it builds, and there are parts of their songs where you'd just be like, oh, hell yes. Like they're cocking the machine guns, putting it behind their back. This would make an amazing... It belongs in a war movie or something. Like, it'd be awesome. All right. What the fudge was I thinking? Or Guilty Pleasure Award goes to Spin Doctors, Pocket Full of Kryptonite. Never owned it. I kind of wanted it, but I really knew, like, these are not great songs or a great album. They had the Two Princes, and I forgot the other song. But Two Princes is the If you wanna buy me flowers, just go ahead now. And if you want to talk for hours. It is fun to sing. I'll say that much. They should do like Limp Bizkit should have done a cover of that. What am I saying? All right, one hit wonder. This one I put Right Said Fred. I'm Too Sexy. My goodness, that song is amazing. I think my dad might have done something to that with that at some point in his life. I want to say, did I make a mix? I think I put it on a CD and I just put this song like 18 times and gave it to someone. I think I did that. Anyway. All right. The grower, not a shower category. This couple award winners. I've got Massive Attack, Blue Lines. This is mainly because like I knew there was like one or two songs that were really good, but I never gave it a fair shake because it's just so weird. It's like I've heard it's really good. I couldn't pull the trigger, so I finally did, and hey, it's very good. And then Talk Laughing Stock. I kind of talked about that. I talked about that one earlier. I just kind of knew the band, but I never really listened to them, and then turns out it's just excellent ethereal music. Forever in the Q category. These are albums I need to listen to, and I don't know why. It's so difficult. I'm like, ugh. Mainly because I just have so much good music to give, and I'm like, no, I don't want to mess up the thing. But let's just say I have like 10, no, I already know. It's probably around 8,000 to 9,000 songs in my main like shuffle. My main just put this thing on, and my work music has probably like 6,000. So it's like, do I need to add more to it? Probably not. There's enough variety there to last me a lifetime. But getting back to the category. So De La Soul is dead. You know, again, it's just that early 90s hip-hop. I don't get excited about it. There's another one, Teenage Fan Club. That was bandwagon-esque. Never really gave it a shot. I think I might have listened to like one song, but it just doesn't. I don't know why. It's just not going to happen. I still haven't watched The Sopranos because it's like early 90s, and I'm like, Anywho, the Metallica album I kind of talked about. I've never really listened to it all the way through. And then the Smashing Pumpkins album. Love the band, but this one, I don't know. I just can't really listen to that whole thing. So most likely to get pushed on deaf ears, I put Slint, Spiderland. I had to update this as we talked because I'm really trying to push this on people. Please listen. And then Primal Scream, Screamadelica, another one where it's just an excellent album. And then Talk as well. It's very ethereal, as you've heard me say a few times. All right, my top 5 singles for 1991 are, number 1 is U2 with One. Oh my God, I didn't put a Nirvana song on here? That's a misstep on my part. Whoopsies. Number 2 is Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge. Love it. Number 3, R.E.M., Losing My Religion. Shut up. That song's so good. Number 4, R.E.M., Country Feedback. Also so good. And then Pearl Jam, Black. Oof, so good. Tough to do a top 5. I do cheat on one of these categories in the future. All right, Cream, Cash Rules Everything Around Me. Top selling albums. I've got to say, you know what? Let me just look for comparison. Top selling albums 2024. Wow. This is kind of hilarious. Wait. That's not what I'm looking for. Top selling albums 2024, please. So, by comparison, physical, I just want... Jeez, give me the effing numbers, please. Wow. Why is it so difficult to find? Okay, this is... Who sold the most albums? There we go. All right, to give you a comparison, Taylor Swift, who is known as wow, this is scary. So let's just look at this. 2024, the top seller was Taylor Swift with 3.491 million. We'll just round up 3.5 million she sold. Billie Eilish sold 570,000. Travis Scott sold 493,000. Sabrina Carpenter 484,000. Just remember those numbers. All right, 91 bestseller was Metallica, 33 million. Nirvana, 30 million. Michael Jackson, 27 million. Queen, 19 million. U2, 18 million. It was different, guys. This is also why I say like the music was just, part of it was, it's different because it's online and it's free, and who's buying albums anymore? Where do you play the album? Blah, blah, blah. You're downloading it. But it was just different. Top 5 singles were Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You. Number 2 was Color Me Bad, I Want to Sex You Up. You know what I've noticed? I've been doing this for for 5 years. I've done, I think, up to 95 is what I've kind of planned out so far. The top 5 albums are top 5 singles. It's all get your freak on. CNC Music Factory, Everybody Dance Now is number 3. Number 4 is Paula Abdul, Rush Rush, or just a Horny Nation. And then number 5 is Timmy T, One More Try. I don't know what that is. I really don't. And then He's Just Not That Into You. I put Guns N' Roses, User Illusion. I've never listened to it. I don't want to listen to it. That's how I feel. And you can't get mad at how someone feels. So anyway, that's 91. 92 is next, obviously. 93, and then 94 is where it breaks open. So very exciting stuff. Thank you for listening.